is up, my ducks and drakes? Welcome to the Crawdad Lake, and today I wanted to talk about my series of broken prints because I don't know how clear it is that you could tell on the video, but I'm actually knitting my own sash for Roman because I want to revamp the series and edit it better and record better and sing better because I had an idea back then, but I couldn't execute it well, but I still tried to execute it and it just wasn't good all over. And so here we are, and we're gonna go through the series and talk about it, and hopefully in the near future I'll be re-recording it here soon. So yeehaw. The first episode, which is just entitled Tale of the Mountain, which is the name of the song, Roman comes back from the SVS courtroom scenario. No. This was the end of SCS Redux, putting others first. And it was when he sunk down and was like, I'm not Thomas's hero, gasp, sigh, faint. And this is him just being like, oh, what if I can't create anymore? What if I'm not good enough for Thomas? Yada, yada, yada. What if an unstoppable fort and a movable object meet? And this actually started out just not even as a story, this whole series. It started off as me just making something for Music Week, which is my yearly event where we sing a song one day each week. And yeah, so what was I going to say? Oh yeah, so this was originally for Music Week and not even a part of a story. And then I'm like, okay, that was cool. What if I just kind of added onto it for the next Music Week? And that's where we get to the next thing, Roman in the bathroom. I got back in Roman cosplay and sang Michael in the bathroom, except after that little meltdown that Roman had, he decided to go to Virgil's room because Virgil understands the hate he has towards Janice or deceit. And so he goes to Virgil's room and is like, oh wait, hold on, Virgil is not here. I'm gonna use the bathroom. And I'm going to sit in the bathroom to calm myself down until Virgil gets back in his room, which I don't know what my logic there was, but yeah. So that was the second episode. The third episode is called Only Us, which is when Virgil finds Roman in his bathroom and is like, hey, I got you, which I know Only Us has romantic implications, but I didn't really mean it for it to be Prince-iety. I just wanted there to be some kind of support system between Virgil saying, hey, I understand you, Janice is a really gross slimy snake, and I also hate him, so I have your back. So that was kind of just what I wanted to do with that one. Going into the next episode, which is Wolf in Sheep's Clothing, which was this thing right here that made me make this whole series. I always wanted to do a Wolf in Sheep's Clothing with Janice and Virgil, or Janice and another side, but I never really had the idea, the inspiration to. But then once I was like, Broken Prince should be a series, I know this is the main one I wanted, and I was so upset that we had to make 2 videos leading up to it, but I wanted to include it as soon as I could, which I'd probably move this video around if I were to do the series again, just because I'd want the story to have a better flow and not just me being desperate to do Wolf in Sheep's Clothing with Janice. For a lot of these songs, I actually rewrote some of the lyrics to better fit things. Like in Wolf in Sheep's Clothing, it's Baba Black Snake, have you any soul? No sir, by the way, what the heck are morals? And I also switched I smell the petty tears of another side, or something like that. I haven't rewatched them in a hot second. I'm literally just looking at the playlist and talking about them because I got excited to do this Art Monday concept, as one does. So yeah, Wolf in Sheep's Clothing is after Roman leaves, Virgil goes to confront Janice, or maybe Janice confronts Virgil, I forgot which one, honestly, and they're like, oh yeah, you're gonna mess with Roman? And no, Roman messed with me, you dingly dongler, go get some pronglers. I don't know, okay, shut up. And then they sing, because of course they do, this is a musical. I should actually make a Broken Prince, a full-length musical. Once I rewrite this, I'm gonna make it actually fluent and everything, and I'm gonna publish that because yes. The next episode is I Don't Want That For You, which is Roman in his room sobbing against the door, and then Patton's like, hey kiddo, I came to check on you, knockety knock knock knock, please let me in. And Roman's like, no, because right now I'm feeling angsty and I don't like you for taking the villain side. And this is when Patton's like, you don't deserve this and all of that. I don't want that for you is a song from Steven Universe, where Steven's just like, I know we're going through a lot of like hardships and things because I fight monsters and deadly things, and I don't want you to be broken up and dead because of that, because guess what? I fight evil monsters and you are just merely a plain simple human, and that might be a bit hard for you. Next one is part 6, which is also one I really got to look forward to in making this series, and it's one with Janice being pulled in a new direction, where he sings about how excited he is to be finally pulled in by Patton to the light side, thinking that he'll hopefully get the acceptance that Virgil did in being a light side, and how he starts ignoring Remus and ignoring the dark sides in his hopes and dreams of finally becoming a light side and finally reuniting with his son, Virgil, because I have this very big headcanon that before anything happened between Virgil and them, that Virgil and Janice were really, really, really close to each other, and this is him finally being to reunite with Virgil, and like, I'm gonna be a light side, I'm gonna show him that I'm good, I'm gonna show him that I'm just gonna be accepted, and I'm excited for that, but no. Just this whole thing's just him fantasizing about that. So then, in this next song, it's called Congratulations. So, from Remus's point of view, Janice went to go talk to Virgil during Wolf in Sheep's Clothing, and then didn't come back because during the song Pulled, he like simped for Patton, then went up to go bake cookies with Patton without telling Remus, and leaving Remus on like red and voicemail left empty, and just not telling Remus anything that's going on, and he's very confused, and it's just like, oh, he went to go see Virgil and got crushed again, he's probably off crying somewhere, because that's what happens every time he goes off and does things with him. And so, like, he comes up to Virgil's room, is just like, what do you do to Jan? He's not answering his phone. What did you do, you little dingly dongler? And Virgil's like, I didn't do anything. That must have been something else. And Remus is like, congratulations. This is the song from it actually left out song from Hamilton that's like, congratulations for the rest of your life. That's the wrong key, but like, I think you guys know what song I'm talking about. And he's like, every sacrifice you make is for Janice, give him the best life you want to, and all of that. And Virgil's just mad and confused because he doesn't want Janice, because Janice hurt him. We still don't know why yet, and I actually didn't include why in my series because I want Thomas to confirm that and do whatever he's doing. But, he was hurt, so he's just over here not vibing and not being a vibe. As Remus is like, haha, guess what? You suck. And so he just goes on this big tangent, just trying to put down Virgil, knowing that things were hurt and things were bad. And so that leads us to Remus sinking out at the end of the song and going to Roman's room for the song Look the Other Way, which is part 8, where Remus is just like, hey, you're sad and depressed? Well, just you look away from a lot of things and you are not as good as you'd hope to be. There's a reason you're not Thomas's hero, and it's because you suck. And so after a while, Virgil and Patton start being like, oh yeah, this is our fault. Virgil needs to apologize to Janice. Patton needs to apologize to Roman. And so the next part, which is part 9, called the Apology Song, is basically just Virgil and Patton apologizing for what they've done, because they've done wrong, obviously. And so, for part 9, Roman and Janice accept the apology, but Roman's still confused on whether or not he is supposed to. And he sits there like, oh, Janice apologized, but I was a bad person. I realized that now. Was I supposed to apologize? And that goes into part 10, which is Roman singing Who's Supposed to Apologize? Well, that's the title of it. The song's actually called Am I Supposed to Apologize? And Roman just has an existential crisis, like, but I'm the one that did wrong. Why is he apologizing? I get that I think he's evil or whatever, but, like, why am I labeling him like that? And, all of that. And so that's the song. Then he has a heart-to-heart with Janice, and we enter the whole series on Soldier Poet King, which is just a a recap of Roman's thought process and all of that, and just him coming to terms with himself. And that is the whole series. There's a playlist on my channel. There's also a whole video of all of them stringed together, so you can watch it in one clean swoop. So that's that. If you want a revamp of A Broken Prince, please let me know. I've been going on and off of remaking the series for a while, but I don't know if I should or not. So please let me know. I need to know this. I'm desperate. TM. Thank you for listening. All my socials are in the description below, along with my Etsy shop where I sell things, and a TikTok where I do Sanders Says cosplays. You should go check all that out. Thank you for listening, and much like me trying to describe my own series that I did 2 years ago in 2020 over the brink of quarantine, do your best.